Hi guys, and today I'm going to be doing my championship predictions for the 2022/23 season. So let's get started. 24th, I put Rotherham. I think it's just a similar story to what they have been when they were previously in the championship, where they're have obviously been too good for League One, but not good enough for the championship. They have lost some key players like Smith and Wade both went to Sheffield Wednesday and they're out at it, but players like Conor Washington and Tom Aves, I don't think are good enough for the championship, and I do think they'll be straight back down to League One. So yeah, 23rd, I put Birmingham. The race miles because I haven't been impressed with their squad. If I'm in total honesty, although two of the signings they have signed, I would touch some of them. Woody Allen took a backup goalkeeper, and I would have took Sanderson before we got Ballard. But as well, the Tiber team has always been flirting with relegation for the last few years, and one year I think they will go, and I think this year will be the year Birmingham will go. So yeah, 22nd, I put I put Blackpool the race wise because if they had Critchley, I'll be honest. If Critchley didn't leave, I would have backed them to stay up under Critchley. But I'm not a big fan of Michael Appleton, if I'm in total honesty. And some of the signs they've made, like Williams, I don't really rate. And Tom was it Thompson from Brentford, I don't rate. And I think with the league getting more competitive and stuff like that, and they did have a drop off at the end of last season. I think it'll continue, and they'll get relegated to League One. So yeah, 21st, I put Reading. The reason why is because they got lucky last year because I think with points deduction and stuff, if Derby didn't have their points deduction, they would have went down. But they've lost some key players. Swift, the headline, who went to West Brom. But I think they've got a good starting level on paper. But the problem is, can they keep them fit? Is the way for me. I do like the sign of seeing Long. I think he's someone who might not score as many goals as you want from a strike, but he's someone who'll work incredibly hard and add legs, and I think they'll just have enough to stay in the championship. So yeah, 20th I put Wigan Athletic. The reason why is because I did like what they were doing in League One last season, and it does look like they're going to try and keep the majority of the squad together as it so they've only been moved but one sign Nyambi for Blackburn, which to be fair is a brilliant signing, and they're going to trust their squad, and I think it'll pay off and they'll stay up. But I wouldn't be surprised adding another 3 or 4 before the end of the window though. So yeah, 19. This is potential to be a soccer, but I put Hull. If I'm in total honesty, this is the one I'm most unknown on because with some of the players that have signed, it could go one of two ways in my opinion. I think they could go down, or they could win the fucking league. Sorry for swearing, but I think it's true and true. Of course, I think they've got better footballers than they did have last season. But yeah, the loss of Honeyman and King Lewis Potter will be big though in my opinion. But I'll probably get that one. I'll probably think it's higher, but I think I played it safe because I don't want. I might put them a little bit lower, but I don't want to put them too high, especially what 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 the unknowns are. So yeah, 18. I won't be honest. I put my team Sunderland to race wise because we obviously got promoted for the League One playoffs last season, and we have only made 4 signings, and 2 of them were here last year. Clark and Dyaku, although I'm not Dyaku's biggest fan. The sign we have made, the 2 signings we have made, the 2 centre backs, Ballard and Lacey, I think will be good signings. Ballard was brilliant at Millwall last season, and I think he'll do well. He looked good in pre-season, while Lacey is promising and looked good in pre-season as well. The players we do have, I think the likes of Pritchard and Roberts and Stewart will all do well. I think Stewart will score goals at this level. But I still do think we need a few players to add. I think we need 6: a goalkeeper, a right back, a left back, a centre midfielder, and 2 strikers. And to be honest, I think if we get all of them 6, I think we could finish higher. I'm not going to say we're going to be rates and like the playoffs run I'm probably not, but I think we could maybe finish about 4 a bit high, like about 13, 14 maybe. But but yeah, I am positive about this season despite pre-season what didn't go to plan. So yeah. 17th, I put Cardiff. Yes, they have made a lot of signings this season, and I can't really deny that. But I'll see it. Most of the signings replacing the players that they let go last at the end of the season. and I'm going to be fair honest with you. I've looked at some of the signs. Of course, some I would have taken, about 4 or 5 I would have taken. But if I look at most, would I take them at Sunderland? Not, I wouldn't have really, and I just think it'll be another like disappointing season for Cardiff. But I don't think they'll be in any like real threat of going down. So yeah, 16. I put Stoke City. The reason why is because I do think Stoke's squad is better than what what I put at 16. But they're the type of team who just do not do better than than they you think they're gonna do better and always let you down than they actually do. I do like the signing of Eden Flint and Dwight Gale I think has got goals at this level. But like I said, they're always that type of team who always lets you down. I think even if you're a Stoke fan, you can understand why I put you at mid-table. So yeah, 15th I put Blackburn. The reason why, because of course they've lost some key players like um the centre back, the captain, Nuambi's left in. To be fair, they haven't really made many signs. I do like the sign of Britain. To be fair, and I think if Ben Brereton leave, like I think Brad's actually a good player, but we all know that his injury record isn't the best. I wouldn't be surprised if they did finish a few places lower. I don't think they'll get relegated, but I just think they're in transitional phase. But well, they might have to suffer before like maybe they try and get to the Premier League. So yeah, 14th I went with Huddersfield. Of course, last season they made us look silly. They were 90 minutes away from the Premier League, but of course their manager has obviously left over the summer what I think is a big blow, as well as O'Brien and Toffolo. What we expect, but to be fair, we have expected in truth, and I think it'll just be a transitional phase if you get remain. But I just don't think they can do it again. I think they'll finish mid-table, but just yeah, yeah. If you get remain, although they do have Sorba Thomas who will get bucket loads of assists and are one of the best goalkeepers in the league, and I do like some of their signs they've made. So yeah. 13th, I put Bristol City. The reason why, because I do think they'll improve on like last season, and I do like some of the signings they have made. Keane Wilson and Neesmith from Luton, who are one of the best defenders in the league, should tighten their like defense up. And I think that while you've got players like Semenyo and Vyman, they will score goals for you, and I think they'll be a lot better and have a solid season and finish 13th, and I'm positive about them this season. So yeah, bang in the middle of the table, 12th. I've put Preston. The reason why is because to be fair, I just think that they're like one of them teams who are mid table. To be honest, I do like, although I'm a Sunderland fan, I do like the signing of Freddie Rudman. I think he'll do well for them. Other than that, I haven't really. I think if you look at the signings, they've also made the goalkeeper from Peterborough, a backup goalkeeper, caught Woodburn from Liverpool. I don't think really impressed us when he was in League One. Strong, I think, struggles in Scotland. Really, to be honest, I think if keeping him fit in truth, I think he's a good player and power is pretty improving at this level, but I think they'll finish 12th, and I think it's a solid season and probably Preston would take it. So yeah, 11th I put Coventry. The reason why is because I think that they'll continue to improve under Mark Robert probably not to the point where they're like will like maybe skyrocket into about 8 or 9. Some of the signings I do like. I like the signing of Pandora from Nottingham Forest. I think he'll do well for them. And Doyle is a very young, a good up and coming young player. We saw at Sunderland last season, but I think it'll be another mid-table finish for them. So yeah, 10th I put Swansea City. The reason why is because I think that the last season was their like transitional phase where they were inconsistent and stuff like that. And I think this season they'll do a lot better and be a lot more consistent. And at times you'll think they're going to like trouble the playoffs. Some of the signs I do like, I think Darling from from MK Dons is a brilliant signing. He's one of the best defenders in League One last year, and bring Joe Allen back stationed as well. But I think they've got strikers who could hit 15, 20 goals, but I think they'll just. But I think they'll just. I don't know, finish 10th. So yeah. Ninth, Luton. The reason why I could at first I did worry, would Luton like fall off if you get them in, but I like some of the signings that they've made. The goalkeeper from Huddersfield, not from Huddersfield, from Nottingham Forest. I think I'll potentially be one of the best goalkeepers in the league this year, and I like the signings of Morrison and Wood. What's his name? I've forgotten his name, but the other Barnsley striker as well. And I don't think they'll make playoffs again, but I think they'll still have a pretty decent season. So yeah, I think I'm going to regret this bad for QPR. The reason why is because I do like some of their squad, and I think for most of the season they were pretty much knocking on the door of the playoffs until they got quite a few injuries. Some of the players they've signed, I don't rate Clark Salter, but he did well in the Championship ever since he left Sunderland. Richards, I'll have to say about the sign. I think it's a phone, is it left back, who I don't know, but yeah, I think I'll regret that. But yeah, 7th I put Millwall. At first I really did favour Millwall, but when they got some of the players in, I think they'll do well and just miss out on the playoff. Honeyman, I think, is a good Championship player, although I didn't like rating with Sunderland. Forby will get your goals. The two loanees from Leeds, Cresswell and Shackleton, are two good players and two young who should do well. I think that will do well and fall short of the playoffs. So yeah. 6th I put West Bromwich Albion. Of course, last season was a disappointing season for West Brom, finishing mid-table in the division. The players that have signed, Swift and Was getting them on free transfers is brilliant, and they've still got some good players in that squad, like Holland Grant or Sear. Of course they lost Johnson, but as they expected, and their squad should do a lot better this season, and I think they'll have enough to finish in the playoffs. So yeah. 5th I put Burnley. The reason why is because of course they have lost a lot of key players, like Popes went, Mays went, Tarkovsky's left, Corner could leave, McNeil could leave, if you get me. And of course they're trying to change the styles of play on the company. The signs they have me, I actually do really like it. Twine especially and McNulty, I think, are two good signings. I think they've lost one big player too many to be in the race for automatic promotion, but I think they'll make the playoffs. So yeah. 4th, I put Watford. The reason why is because of course they just came down from the Premier League last season, and to be fair, they've kept the majority of their squad together. I think that it was a risk appointing Rob Edwards, but we'll see. If they keep Sark and Dennis, because I think it all depends on that. They could fight for top 2, but I have to put them 4th and finish it in the playoffs. So yeah. 3rd, I put Middlesbrough. The reason why, because I really like what Chris Wilder has done there, if you get what I mean. And I like some of the signings, like Giles, I think will be brilliant. Stefan, you don't play for Man City for any reason. And the centre back, I think, is really good. To add to the good players like Isaiah Jones, Matt Nair, Fry, Tavernier, if they can keep him. And I think that they'll come really close and have a proper promotion battle. So yeah. 2nd, I put again automatic promotion. I put Sheffield United. The reason why, because I think they've got the best balance of squad in the league, and I think, to be fair, they probably should have went up last year. They have added to it with some good players, and I think the creativity of Morgan Gibson White could be a miss, but I think they'll have enough to get over the line this year. So yeah. And first, I put Norwich that always win the league. The reason why is because the players they've got. If you look at that squad, they've got a very good Championship goalkeeper in Krill, and they've got a brilliant striker in Pookie, and I think that they've got some brilliant defenders and everything what you need. And I think once again it'll prove that they're too good and they'll bounce straight back to the Premier League and probably do it again. And so yeah, so that's the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Unless we make any signings, the next time we'll say made my predicted 11 to play at Coventry on the opening day, but I can't wait. So yes, so that's the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, view, comment, and say yeah.